What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the JDW SportsTalkShow, where every fan is welcome. In today's episode, we're going to be going through the San Francisco 49ers schedule and giving you my overall thoughts on how they're going to do this upcoming season. So let's get right into it. So, real quick, I want to talk about the team a little bit. Um, I think this team is decent. Um, you know, they're they're good all around. They have a solid defense. They have a solid offense. The roster is nice. They don't really have many holes, if any, to be honest. But you know, I think they lack playmakers outside of George Kittle and Fred Warner. Maybe Nick Bosa, but he's had one good year. But Nick Bosa is going to be fine. I think they lack playmakers. I think they lack those big names. Maybe Trent Williams. But outside of that, man, they don't really have big names, but they're a really solid roster all the way around. If you ask me, that's just how I feel. Maybe their wide receivers are a little unknown. Their running back is nice, not bad. It's a really good running back group. Shanahan will make any running back work. Doesn't matter who it is. Yeah, I think this Niners team is a solid all-around team, but they don't have you know, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, Williams, um, Kittle. Outside of that, man, yeah, four big-time players is big, but I still think they need more. I still think they need that pop somewhere. I don't know where it is, but I still think they need that pop. And if Trey Lance plays well when he comes in later on, or if Jimmy G is playing really good, they're gonna have that pop. They're a weird team, but they're a solid team all around. Big time quarterback play. That's a big thing for them. That's a big thing for them. Week 1 at the Detroit Lions. I think this is gonna be a good opener. I think the Niners are gonna take it. The Lions have a really good offensive line. Outside of that offensive line, I don't really see too much there, if you ask me. I'm not a big fan of that team outside of the offensive line. Maybe I do like the running back. The quarterback is on and off, very inconsistent. Wide receivers, defense is, they don't really have much in defense. They have Jeffrey Okuda. They re-signed Julian Aquara. I just think the Niners are a better overall team, and I'm going to take the Niners in a Week 1 opener over the Detroit Lions in Detroit. Week 2 at the Philadelphia Eagles. They're on the road once again. I'm not even a fan of the Eagles this year either. I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers, but I can see this being a game where the Eagles surprise and beat the Niners again. Mainly because, Jalen Hurts has tape out already, but now he's had a full offseason. And, how will a full offseason Jalen Hurts with all these new weapons, with a few new guys on offense, how will he be? Will he play a little differently? Will the teams have enough tape by now? I think they would, but you never know. This could be a game that Philly wins, but I'm going to take the Niners. I think the Niners are a better overall team. I see Philly winning maybe 3-4 games, being a bottom 5 team in the league, if you ask me, in my opinion. Week 3, they're at home versus the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to take Green Bay in this game. I'm going off of that Aaron Rodgers is going to play, that Adams is going to play. I think they're both going to play. I doubt Aaron Rodgers is going to hold out, or I doubt any of that's going to happen, just because given his age, I don't think he really wants to waste any years, which is wise of him. I just think he's going to play in Green Bay for at least another year. I think this Green Bay team is more well-rounded than the Niners. They have that pop that the Niners are looking for. If the Niners find that pop this year, the Niners are going to be scared. They're going to be really freaking scared. But right now, they're, they're good. They're pretty good. But you want that extra pop. And, they're going to be really darn good. Week 4, they're at home versus the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to give the Niners this game. The Seahawks are a decent team. My problem with the Seahawks is, I think that the Niners are much better overall. I don't think this is an awesome matchup for the Niners or for the Seahawks because, the Niners have a defense that can, make Russ run around quite a bit. Maybe those receivers are going to struggle to get open. I doubt it. They have good receivers, but I don't know. I think this is a game where, I just don't think it's a good matchup for Seattle. San Fran can stop their run. They could, at least limit the pass. and they can run the ball, and Seattle can't do that. Yeah, Seattle can pass the ball, but they're not as effective running the ball. So I'm gonna take San Fran in the first meeting in Seattle. No, in San Fran. Week 5, they travel to Arizona to play the Cardinals. This is another divisional matchup that's gonna be really good. But in my Cardinals video, I did have the Cardinals sweeping them, but the big thing is, um, this Niners team. This Cardinals team is kind of similar to the Seahawks, but they're more talented. They have more talent than the Seahawks, if you ask me. They're more well-rounded. Their defense is better. Their offensive line is, their offensive lines are similar. I may take the Cardinals over the Seahawks, though. I do like Chris Carson, but he doesn't have an offensive line to block as well for him. I think that defense is going to be able to limit the running game, stop the running game, limit the passing game at least. But I think I changed my mind. I think I'm going to have the San Francisco 49ers splitting with Arizona. So I'm going to take San Fran in this Week 5 matchup. Week 6 is a bye week. Pretty early bye week, which kind of sucks. It always sucks when you get an early bye week, but it is what it is. Week 7 at home versus the Indianapolis Colts. Sunday Night Football. This is going to be a fun game. I think that the Colts are going to win this game. I'm going to take the Colts in this game. I just think that, if Jimmy G is playing, I don't think his throwing scares us too much, unless, he's playing really darn good, which is very possible. I don't think his throwing really scares us. I think we can limit their weapons. I think we could limit the run game, and I think our offense may be able to run. This is going to be a really good game. Two very similar teams. Very similar. But then, if Trey Lance is playing, I don't think that the Colts have to worry about Trey Lance too much. Outside of the run game, I think they'll be able to limit his running and limit his passing. Yeah, I'm going to take the Colts in this one. I think the Colts have a little more of that pop, a little more. But a lot more? No. Very similar teams, in my opinion. Both teams, if quarterback play is what is nice, both teams are going to be really darn good. And then you have Week 8 at the Chicago Bears. This is going to be a fun game as well. Bears and Niners, always a fun matchup. The Bears want to pound the crap out of the ball. They want to pound the crap out of that ball. Passing game, we don't know yet. We don't know how it's going to be. I do like Andy Dalton. More than many, I do like Andy Dalton. I think he's a solid guy. He's a solid game manager. He's a premium game manager. Not that game changer just yet, but I think he's a solid game manager. The running game is going to be good to have the addition of Tevin Jenkins and a few other players. I think the Bears are set to be a really good running team, but offensively, are they going to struggle? But I do think that Bears defense is a little better. But the Niners have better receivers than the Bears. So you can go back and forth in this game all freaking day. This is a really tough one, man, because both running games are solid, both passing games are weird, both defenses are solid. These are very similar teams as well. Man, I don't know. This is literally a toss-up, but I'm going to take the Niners. I'm going to take the more proven quarterback. I'm going to take Jimmy G, or Trey Lance, whoever it is. I'm going to take Trey Lance over, maybe not Justin Fields, but Dalton, yeah. I think Fields and Lance are, I think Fields is a little better, but I think that San Fran team is a little more balanced on offense. I think they're a little better on offense. Yeah, the Bears are a little better on defense, but that's going to be the difference. I think that offense is going to be able to score in the Bears' defense. A little bit. Week 9, at home versus the Arizona Cardinals. Once again, as I said earlier, I did have, in my Cardinals video, I did have the Cardinals sweeping the Niners. I'm going to have it going another way. I'm going to have a split here. I'm going to take the Niners or the Cardinals. Or no. Yeah. Whatever I picked in the first one, I think I picked the Niners in the first one. I'm going to take the Cardinals this time around. Week 10, they're at home versus the Los Angeles Rams. Man, these are going to be some really darn good games this year. We get a real treat with this division. 4 teams that can, that can really make the playoffs. The Seahawks, the Rams, the the Niners, the Cardinals, all teams that can be really darn freaking good. And it's possible for all freaking darn teams to make the damn playoffs. So yeah, this first matchup against the Rams, who am I gonna pick? The Rams have a really solid defense. They did lose John Johnson and Brandon Staley. People are not mentioning that enough, and I think that's gonna be a big difference. I think it's gonna be pretty noticeable, especially early on when they're getting used to their new system, maybe. So I think they're gonna be able to run the Rams. The Rams may be able to run the Niners a little. You know what? I'm gonna take the Rams out. No, I'm gonna take the Niners at home this time around. I think that the Niners will be able to stop the run. I think they'll be able to run fine. I think Trey Lance or Jimmy G will be able to do what they need to do. Maybe that defense gets after Stafford a little bit. I'm gonna take the Niners in this divisional matchup. Week 11 at the Jacksonville Jaguars. This can be a really doggone matchup too. The Jaguars are a decent team. Very young and upcoming, a lot of potential, but a lot of unknowns as well, which is kind of potential. It kind of goes both ways. Do the Niners beat the Jags? I think this is a game that the Jaguars could win. That they could maybe upset the Niners, but I think the Niners were more of a complete team. They're that team that's more long. They're known. They have more known players. They're just further along than the Jaguars are right now. So I'm going to take the Niners. Week 12 at home versus the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings in this matchup over the Niners. I'm taking the Vikings because the Vikings, they have a really darn good offense. They can run the ball, and they have some really darn good passing threats. I think Kirk Cousins is a little better than some people give credit for. This could just be a really darn good game, man. Like all these games could really be. But yeah, I think that the Minnesota Vikings are going to come out with this. I think that offense is going to be able to score in that defense. It's going to keep that defense off balance with the run game and the really good passing game as well. And then in the addition of Christian Darrisaw is going to be really darn nice as well. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings in that matchup. Week 13 at the Seattle Seahawks. This could be another good game. I think this time around it's going to be a little different. I think now they're at Seattle. It's a Sunday night game. Seattle is always really darn good on primetime games, especially at home. I think this Seattle team will be a little more ready for that defense. I think that Seattle defense will be a little more ready for that offense. I'm going to take Seattle in the second matchup. Week 14 at the Cincinnati Bengals. This is going to be a really good game as well. Really good offense. Maybe not really good. I'm going to say an up-and-coming offense. They still didn't address that offensive line how we like. I'm still not a big fan of it. Protect your guy, Bengals. Protect your guy before it's too late. Come on, man. But nonetheless, this. I think that this Niners team is going to get to Burrow. And I think they're going to be able to score just enough. I'm going to take the Niners in this matchup. Week 15 at home versus the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to take the Atlanta Falcons in this matchup. Maybe a little bit of a surprise I'm taking the Falcons, but I think that Falcons offense is really darn good. I think the really good offenses may give San Fran some troubles because their offense is so unknown right now. Yeah, their offense line is pretty darn good. Yeah, they can run the ball pretty darn good, but in today's NFL, you got to also be able to pass. And if Trey Lance or Jimmy G struggle a bit, especially in Trey Lance's first year, I think Trey Lance has some learning to do. As every rookie does. To be honest, it might be a better bet playing Jimmy G this season. I just think it's too early for Lance. Like I said, I think he needs a year. But maybe if things really get bad or if he just gets hurt, then put him in, But I think Atlanta's going to win this game. I think that offense is going to outscore the Niners offense. I think that Atlanta defense may be able to hold that Niners offense a little bit. Week 16, they're at the Tennessee Titans. Speaking of really good darn offenses, they were already really scary with Derrick Henry, A.J. Brown, Ryan Tannehill. And then you add Julio Jones to that mix. Oh gosh, man! Please, please, please! I'm already getting nightmares, man. Um, I'm gonna. This is a tough matchup. I think this is a game that the Niners could win. That could be a signature win. But do they? But do they? That's the big question. I'm gonna take Titans. I'm gonna take the Titans. I think that run game is gonna do fine against that defense. Yeah, it's a really good darn defense, but that offense is gonna be really hard to stop. I don't care who you are. I don't care what defense you are. That offense is gonna be difficult to stop. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Tennessee Titans. So yeah, I do have the San Francisco 49ers on a bit of a skid here. Houston Texans. I think they're gonna beat the Texans. I'm not gonna spend much time on that one. Texans, they're kind of a hot mess right now. If Deshaun plays, it's gonna be a better game, but Tyrod plays or Davis plays, they'll still be maybe below average, maybe. Yeah, that's a rough team. That's a rough situation. Week 18 at the Los Angeles Rams. I'm gonna take San Fran in this game. I'm gonna have them splitting with the Rams. I have them splitting with the Seahawks and splitting with the Cardinals. So, I have them splitting with the whole division, which I think is possible. I think this whole division could split with each other. If I had to pick a team to sweep the whole division, which I don't think any team's gonna do that in this division. It's a really tough division. It's not gonna be the Niners. It'll probably be the Rams. I think the Rams are the most complete and further along roster in this division. Nonetheless, the Niners are a really good team. I think the Niners split with the Rams, of course, split with Arizona, split with Seattle. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me with some of these games? Which games do you disagree with? So let me know what you guys think the record is going to be for the Niners. I think 10-11 wins is fair for the Niners. Could be more, could be less, of course. Maybe they do end up beating Minnesota. Maybe they do drop on to Jacksonville. Maybe they somehow do drop one of those two games. Maybe they do drop the game to Philly. Maybe they do beat the Packers. Maybe they sweep someone. I think they have good chances to sweep the Cardinals, maybe. Very difficult to sweep anyone in this league. Very difficult to get anyone in this league over divisional opponents, so especially division rivals. So that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for tuning into the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan's welcome. And as always, I will catch you guys next time.